Communities to community, and communities.
Welcome back to OneTake tonight. He's Reese. I'm Dan, producer Reese. How we feeling?
Yeah, Dan, honestly, just feeling okay today. Not great. Been tossing and turning in bed last couple of days.
Yeah, nobody cares too much, buddy. We got a great show. We got For the Brand and hot takes a little bit later. But first up, we have an entrepreneur, community builder, a man of the people, co-founder of one of the hottest apps and communities in the city of San Francisco, the CEO of Vently, our friend Nick Khonaysser. Nick, good to see you, man.
Hey, Danny
How are you,
Reese.
sir? Thanks for joining.
I'm pumped to be here. I'm excited to be here. Danny Reese, thanks for having me. I've heard so much about the show. It's an honor to be on the show, and I'm excited to just jump right in.
Our dozens and dozens of viewers are excited to hear that, man. It's a small but loyal following. Nick, you've had a busy last few weeks. You had the app launch. You're speaking at TechCrunch next week, you and Gargi, if I'm not mistaken. You're prepping your launch party November 7th. Everyone put it on your darn calendars. What's that been like for you, and how's the team morale going into the end of the month?
I think for me, we're speaking at TechCrunch, and we still don't have like a speech lined up yet. Funny enough, it's in 7 days. I think it's in 6 days now, and we still don't have a speech lined up. We saw so many AI products being like launched at TechCrunch, so many AI slogans, and we said like, what are we going to speak about? Like, do we have to trend towards that? Do we have to trend towards AI stuff, AI native stuff? And we were like, you know what, what's the one thing that we've done really well? And it's community. And so our talk is fittingly called "Community is the Product," because it's like you look at
awesome.
podcast like you look at Danny, you look at Reese. It's community surrounding these people. So yeah, community is the product. Now, the speech that we give, no idea yet. We're focused on scaling. Our app is done very, very well right now. We got plans and events all over the city that I'm learning about on my app that I sometimes just scroll through there going like, wow, this looks sick.
The buzz is in the air, man.
So I'm pumped for it. We're trying to just keep up with it, but I had to jump on this in the middle of kind of like the hecticness of all the life, just because I had to.
Let's go. Well, like I said, the buzz is in the air from the Richmond district, the outer Sunset, all the way across the city, down the peninsula. I'm curious in the city proper, there's a lot of folks that know the community, know the app, know the face of Mr. Nick, but you started the company a few years ago. Like, what was the inspiration? What was the ethos of the company, and where did that come from?
Yeah, I think for me, like I said, I think community is so important in every way. And you look back as to why. I did my BA, MA, MBA at Arizona State, largest public university in the country. I decided like one semester into that I wanted to do more than just like chugging beers all day and partying. So I ran for IFC president. I wanted to be the president of the largest public university, the largest Greek body in the country. That was cool. Decided I wanted to do more, so I ran for student body president, got that. Largest student body in the country, 112,000 students at scale.
Woo! Let's go!
It was cool. It's cool. And you saw like the byproduct of communities within such a large place such as Arizona State. And you saw the tethers that held communities together, especially in a time like COVID, and how strong people bonded, in a time where it wasn't like a Republican or a Democrat. It wasn't like a football game. It was just one thing that bounded, there was one conflict that bounded everybody, that everybody felt unanimously. Communities that drove through that together. It fascinated me so much, from like a polo club doing movie nights at their house to a fraternity like doing like beer chug-offs in the backyard. It was to like a book club that like loved book reading so much they'd like sneak off and like do book readings together. It was so interesting. So the natural next step for me after I graduated college was like, okay, how do I take this to the next level? And for me it was, okay, I'm going to build a platform for people to come together and discover. And when I found San Francisco after graduating, I found a place that had so much going on, but not really a place to find anything going on. What I mean by that is like, there's a million Potiphar links out there, right? There's a million like Eventbrite things out there, but if you right now look up things going on, Halloween parties, Halloween events, San Francisco, dude, I'm looking at like a 3-paragraph thing with like 2 events on Eventbrite, and it's like, I don't want to read through 3 paragraphs. Listen, I want to open up in a map. I want to see.
You don't know who's gonna be there. You don't know like what the brand is. You don't know what the feel of the party is. It's like everyone is just showing up, but they don't exactly. It's kind of like middle school dance vibes. It's like producers taking a girl out on the first date. It's a little bit of a
little bit of
kind of an awkward handshake vibe.
There you go.
It sucks. And so that was the next step. We built it very publicly, and everybody felt the same problem. And so it was pretty easy to get the bandwagon effect and scale to where we are. But I think that and being an immigrant coming here when I was 10 years old and coming from Europe, a lot of things are driven forward by community and
that I didn't know.
In Europe.
That makes a lot of sense with how you've looked to build not just an app or a company, but like Vently's a brand. That founder-led marketing, I'm curious that intentionality that you bring into everything you do, even if it's like kind of a trendy Instagram reel or piece, what have you. Like how important is that to you and your brand as you are looking to continue to build this community and get the word out to more and more folks?
I think our brand is everything. And sometimes I don't realize how big our brand is. Because it's 14,000 followers, and to me, it's like that's not big in relation to like a brand with like 250,000 followers or a brand with a million followers. But then like I go to like a Great Northern, which has been around, has been a staple. Like I used to sneak into the Great Northern when I was in high school. And it's the full 360 of the owner of the Great Northern saying, hey, we're throwing Breakfast of Champions this year. We've thrown it every year for the past 10 years. It's basically a 24-hour party in the heart of San Francisco. They throw every year, and there's no one else that we want to throw it with in the city except for Vently. And we want to throw Vently.
So cool.
And for me, it's like, I sometimes forget to grab. I'm like, wow, like you want to throw with us? And sometimes I have to bite myself and I have to be like, wow, like absolutely, you want to throw it with us. So sometimes I don't, and it's interesting also like have people stop you in a grocery store and be like, yo, you're the Vently guy, or like at a club and be like, yo, you're the Vently guy. And it happens to people that work for me. It's happened to Gargi multiple times. It's happened to Lily multiple times. It's just insane. But brand is something that I challenge everyone to take serious. Gargi, my co-founder, is challenged me to take more serious. But we try to take serious in every aspect, even if it's a playful aspect, just for people to relate to.
I agree, man. That's how you and I met. We were down at the Rosewood one night after an event, and I saw the Vently brand, and it's kind of the era of the in-person comeback, if you will. I mean, there's been one of the reasons we started OneTake was because of a lot of negative publicity that was being associated with San Francisco and the Greater Bay Area a few years back. I'm curious from the bit, and yeah, you saw the potential with creating your brand here. I mean, you could have gone anywhere. You could have stayed in Arizona. You could have gone to New York City or Miami or any other spot, but you chose San Francisco. From the business side, maybe it's with investors or with users. What are the things that you're hearing that like get you excited and people are most excited about, especially with the app launch happening recently? And then I'm curious as well, like what are some of the pushbacks? What are the challenges that you all are facing strategically as well as tactically as you are in this early growth stage for you and your company?
I'll talk a little bit about what we're excited about. So we launched, but we didn't exactly launch. So our November 7th is our launch party. And a lot of people think that that's like our launch. We launched on the App Store, mainly because you won't get user feedback or bugs or things going wrong in chats until you launch something out of like a beta and someone goes like, hey, like the camera isn't working, or like, hey, like the chats are glitching when I send like more than 10 emojis. And it's like, because just when I test it with Brian or when I test it with Gargi, I don't happen to send Gargi 15 emojis. Happens. Glitches happen, etc. happen. So you got to launch something like 2 or 3 weeks before you really launch something and pump a humongous UGC campaign behind it and pump a bunch of ads behind it and then really rip it. And that's November 7th for us. What we're really excited about is we're launching city feeds on November 7th. So it's a localized feed of everybody in San Francisco that you can just post in, and it goes out to everyone in San Francisco. And the reason why I like this is like the bandwagon of Nick, when I was just graduating high school, when I was coming back here like during college break, if I could just open up an app and just chat with everyone in San Francisco, even if it's just to just pop in and just say fuck you, I think it'd be awesome. I think just to be like, hey, where's everyone at? Balboa? Cool. Yeah. Maybe I'll buy an Uber to Balboa. Everyone's saying Balboa. Everyone's like posting a pin into Balboa, I love it. And if it's an interconnected way to connect everyone in the city, I love it. And maybe some people hate in it. Maybe some people talk about some shit on the streets in it. Maybe some people talk about the home. Who cares? But it's a way to connect everyone in the city. And we started Ventney out of the ethos of like, we hated the stigma that came with San Francisco as well. And we wanted to change that narrative. And I think that's what we very much did. Now, what's some challenges that we face, of course, bugs, this, feedback. I think what we're going to face is how do we do what we did in San Francisco and other areas? So how do we replicate that in Los Angeles, New York, Miami, Austin, Texas? Because those are very different areas. And the same person that you have in San Francisco might not be the same person you have in Oklahoma.
Facts, man. I love what you said there about, it's almost like with social media, the ability to connect with each other has become so flat that it's almost like, okay, I'm more interested in what's across the country, even across the world, than what's directly in my community here. So I love the tactical nature of like kind of that, the future is local, but putting a tech flair into it. And it kind of goes back to what you said about your time at Arizona State, where it's like you have this massive student body from freshmen and all the way up through grad students, what have you. But it's like there's these little pockets, these little communities that you can try to do your best to bring together and like keep that real tactical nature to it. So it's pretty cool, especially in an era of AI and folks wanting to get less connected with others. It's like Bentley seems to be taking a little bit of a right turn and saying no. Like
I love it.
It's about getting out in person, man. It's about seeing folks and having a few espresso martinis at Balboa.
As we get further disconnected by the bounds of technology, I think I want to continue bringing technology that brings communities together. And we will launch some AI features, but I think we'll leverage AI to bring people together instead of using AI to make AI friends.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, relative to, especially with the younger demo. I mean, you're only a few years younger than me, if I'm not mistaken, but it's like you're seeing so many young people instead of, the narrative might be like, oh, young people aren't going out and drinking as much. Like, that's kind of a good thing. But if the alternative is, oh, they're just staying on their phone indoors and like, having AI girlfriends from the age of 18 to 22, like, it's better to go out and mix it up and maybe, get a cut over your eye like Producer Reese a night or two, get a little bit banged up as opposed to, just have your brain developing and with something that's not exactly real. So, different mindset.
I had to look it up. Yeah, so as of the 2025 Common Sense Social Report, it found that 33% of teens in a 2025 consensus admitted to having an AI friend or admitted to having AI friends. And I was talking to a YC company, Y Combinator company, the other day about it, and I was like, well, what do you guys do? And they were like, oh, like we build like friends of the future. And I was like, wow, like that's so catchy. I love it. And it's everything that San Francisco is, right? Like someone was like, oh, like we're the next version of healthcare, but it was like we're building friends of the future. I was like, love the slogan right there. What does that mean? We're building AI friends, and how you onboard the AI friends is you give it access to all your data. And I was like, whew. Red flag, like right there. But it was like, you give it access to but it's like everything that's publicly available. So anything like if Dan has his Instagram public and Facebook public, they'd be able to access it easily, same way ChatGPT could. And it'll learn you everything that you've ever posted online, everything that you've ever posted on Facebook, everything that you've ever posted on Instagram, everything that you've ever posted on Twitter. And it'll be your best friend because it knows you just as well as you know you, and it knows how you grew up, and it knows the last 5 years of producing.
It'll interview your 5th grade teacher, man. Yeah,
whole nine.
It's deep these days.
And I was getting blown away, and he was like, believe me, I would never use one of them, but last quarter we posted $18 million in revenue, and I was like, and they build AI friends of the future, and I was 18 million in revenue in one quarter. Insane. And then I saw the statistic, and I still have trouble believing the statistic. I hate when people drop a statistic on a podcast without it being verified. So I had to Google it and cite the source. 33% of teenagers, as the 2025 census report, admitted to having an AI friend, which I think is insane. Would never relate to, Maybe you guys wouldn't. I don't think you would, but that's the next generation.
Wild.
Yeah, different ball game. Different ball game. Producer Reese might have more insight into that. I think he's doing his rolling on the mats, and then I don't know, maybe he has an AI friend for those nights in Stockton when he's not out mixing it up with some of the gals that he's been talking to on the mats.
Plead the fifth on that one, brother. Yeah, we're gonna have to plead the fifth on that one.
Yeah, no, it's an interesting time, Nick, and yeah, you're right. In the fight isn't necessarily the right word, but you're seeing it firsthand, so that's pretty darn cool. I'm curious. I got one more question that I want to throw one over to producer Reese. How do you think about your role as CEO, execution versus vision and strategy? I mean, you obviously have like the day-to-day tactics. You talking earlier just about working with your dev team about fixing bugs and XYZ pops up, you're pushing new features, making sure that they have solid user experience. But then you also have to have your founder hat. You got to have your vision on there, and you have a pretty unique living situation, if I'm not mistaken. Not to get into the details too much, with a pretty collaborative working environment. Maybe you could go a little bit more into that, but I'm curious just on that dynamic overall. We got Gargi right there, the superstar, the real brains behind it. Nick just.
I'll probably we can do a double. I'll give Gargi my headphones.
Yeah.
I think vision is a dream without execution.
Yeah.
So I think the thing that separates a dream from a goal is a goal has dates.
We're getting some David Goggins here, producer Reese. The boys are getting fired up. Come on now.
All those people who fuck with you growing up, you might just be the boss.
For inspirational, dude. Put
Let's
this on
go.
a fucking t-shirt, dog.
Put this on a t-shirt, man. Bentley. Nick Khonaysser. Boom.
I'm telling you,
fired up.
I think the goal just has dates on there, and the goal has just repetition and just commitment on there. Gargi shows up every day. I show up every day. But I mean, like we all share the vision. That's fucking great. If you can share the vision, sit down on the couch and talk about the vision all day, it's great. A lot of things are great in theory, but in practice they're really hard.
Feel that one firsthand.
Facts.
Feel that one a little bit. That one hits a little bit too close to home. Producer Reese and I sometimes we like to live in la la vision land. Vision's always fun to talk about, but getting into the actual.
As soon as the lights come on, bro,
the details.
it's different. Yeah.
But no, you gotta have a little bit of both there, Nick. So that's outstanding. Producer Reese, I believe you had a question for Nick.
I did, Nick. Yeah. I love the vision so far. I very impressed with your accolades in your business career with Bentley and obviously your Greek life as well. I was scrolling through your Instagram though. I was very curious, if you had any tips for a good thirst trap. Just something for the babes, something for the marina babes out there, especially for a short king like myself.
That's hilarious. I mean,
Producer Reese's been trying to get himself out there a little bit more, so he needs any tips and help he can get.
Yeah, no, Nick looks like he knows ball, obviously. So I was just trying to get some rules from the master here.
I would definitely say it's a law of averages game. Is the tip? I would say it's how you position the photo, etc. But it's a law of averages game, right? You call 100 people, 50 are going to pick up, 30 are going to give you the time of day. 20 might actually consider buying the product. 10 might buy the product. 5 are going to follow up on that product. 2 are going to refer you to someone else who's going to also buy that product. You marry one of them.
There you go.
So it's a law of averages game.
Dude,
you also shoot more shots. All right.
Oh man, Nick Goggins right here, man, putting me on some game.
I'd say you're not lacking product market fit. You're lacking top end funnel. And you just don't have enough top end funnel, brother.
I needed to hear that, bro. Yeah, I got. That's great advice coming from Nick. Here.
Like I said, it's easy. It's easy in theory, hard in practice. Just shoot more shots.
It's facts. I got.
Nick, I'm sure you've heard a few. I'm sure you've heard a few tales of producer Reese out in the marina for his semi-monthly debut. I mean, once he gets that short king energy going, some of these tall queens just come over and they're like. They start talking to him. They want to get the digits. Might have to clip in a picture or two.
Might have to. Yeah, maybe a clip. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah,
rumors of producer Reese getting girls' numbers just on the bar of Balboa Cafe. That may not have happened.
TBD. Next nighting out, November 7th. TBD. Nick, I had one more question for you. I downloaded the app. Left an electric view. I don't know if you saw it yet. I find it really funny how Dan doesn't have the app installed on his phone, but I do.
Dan,
I'm getting a new
have you
phone.
have
I'm getting a new
installed?
phone, Reese. I need the
Your
new
thoughts?
iOS update. I'm getting a new phone. I'm getting a new phone.
Your thoughts
You
there?
do have to have iOS 26 for it to look like super, super beautiful. We built with Apple developers at the same time. So like this nice,
Yeah.
beautiful liquid glass that you see.
Yeah.
So like if
Love
you
that
don't
UI.
have the new iOS, you might not even see all the events that people built out on iOS 26. It's the only bummer of our app. But we built it for the future in mind. I think a lot of our two Apple engineers, our two Apple investors texted us and they were like, yo, you guys are the first third-party app I've seen inhibit or integrate liquid glass that aren't directly Apple apps. And we're like, yeah,
fire.
we built it like with Apple engineers before we even they even launched liquid glass. So the only downside to it was like people who didn't update their phone, just it doesn't look as good as it looks on iOS 26. But again, I'm not building for people to be happy in the next 3 weeks. We're building for the future.
Yeah.
Pretty
Like-
serious. How much money we got left in OneTake Ventures, man? I might have to write
think-
Nick a little check here. This is a pretty good,
I think.
good pitch. Shit,
I think.
man.
We're good.
I'm even more fired up on Bentley than I was 20 minutes ago.
Oh, same. Yeah, I'm looking. I love the vision, bro. Yeah, looking forward to setting up a lot of two-mans with Bentley and just hanging out with
If you want
we
like
got-
an extra bonus with Gargi for 2 minutes, I'll toss the phone over to Gargi for 2 minutes.
Well, I was gonna say, yeah. I want to talk about November 7th. Maybe if she wants to join or what have you. That's what Rumors that it's
That's
gonna be a
what
day
founders
that she'll live in infamy. One is producer Reese invited, and will we be hosting a live red carpet the night of November 7th? Curious on the logistics there.
Dude, I will say Gargi's like the event queen of the Bay. I might have her just jump in on this if that's fine.
Let's go. Can we hear about?
Like,
We
I
want
want
to hear
to.
about November 7th. Yeah, if Gargi wants to jump in,
Gargi,
that'd
do
be awesome.
you want to jump in on this? Talk about November 7th?
I love it. Hi, how's it going?
Hey, Gargi, good to be with you. How are you?
Good, amazing. How are you guys?
Doing well. Yeah. So Nick gave us a little bit on the vision, some of the, where Bentley got started, but we want to get tactical. November 7th. It's coming up quickly. Everyone's got their calendars marked.
2
What can the
weeks.
people expect? We saw a reel of Nick earlier in the week, if I'm not mistaken. He said something about dancers from the ceilings, maybe a little bit of fire. What's going on?
Yeah, so this is probably the biggest event that we're ever doing in the history of events. We've done like 2,000 person raves, we've done dinner with strangers, we've done collaborations with like Nike, Adidas, all the big names in the house. So it's the culmination of basically every single event that we've hosted. So think big. We're taking the top DJs that we know, like touring artists are going to be there. I'm literally filming a promo tomorrow at the Great Northern with 2 of the DJs. They're going to be talking, spinning, all the great stuff. As Nick said, crazy dancers, maybe fire. Exclusive
Rumors,
VIP.
rumors.
Who knows? We're not saying anything. Exclusive VIP room for all of our guests. We have some partners, collaborations. We just got an installment, I can see it from here, of like 50 cases of one of our sponsors. Can't name it right now, but it'll be launching in the next couple days. So we're going all out. We're going big. We want to pack it out. We're already at, I was literally on the RSVP page, 900 RSVPs, and we've barely started promoting it. So yeah, it's going to be epic. It's going to be 8:30 to 2 a.m. There's an entire patio outside, so activating that entire space. So vendors, food trucks, it's going to be crazy. We hope that the line is around the block.
Party of the century. You didn't hear it here first. But like I
I
said,
didn't say
will
it.
indeed.
It's Danny.
Dan said it. It will be a day that shall live in infamy, very likely, in the city of San Francisco. Gargi, appreciate
It
your time.
will.
Appreciate Nick's time as well.
Of course.
If you're living under a rock and don't have the Vently app yet, go download it in the App Store, VENTLY, Vently.com. Gargi, appreciate your time. We'll see you November 7th.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Dixon Electric Factory. All right, bonus rapid fire questions with our boy Nick. Nick, best low quality beer on a day drink with the boys. What are you drinking?
How you like?
Natty Light. Noted. Most
Terrible
important
answer.
part of any social gathering, is it the venue, the food, the people?
It's
What
the
is
people. Always the people.
What's the rowdiest, unexpected gem of a bar in the city to hang at? Say it's like a Thursday night. Everyone knows, Balboa and spots in North Beach, what have you. What's one that goes a little bit under the radar?
I got such a good one. I mean, everyone knows the ones, right? If you want like an Anthony Bourdain one where you the last local bar in San Francisco where you can gamble with the bartender, you can bet on horse races with the bartender, you can go behind the bar, get so drunk, pour yourself a drink with him. He closes down the bar when he's drunk enough. 2 a.m. doesn't exist with him. It's like 3, 4 a.m. He might piss himself back there. It's got to be the Buddha Bar in Chinatown. It's probably the last real bar in San Francisco, the Buddha Bar in Chinatown. It's not North Beach. It's not the Buddha Bar in Chinatown. Now, if you want to take a little upscale thing, Moongate Lounge, Chinatown. If you want super upscale, not rowdy at all, I would go Left Door.
Those great selections, man. Chinatown. I can't say I've spent a ton of time on Chinatown, but hey.
It's good. It's because you want to be where all the ladies are at. It's because you want to be where all the basic stuff is at. You said real stuff.
I'm a little bit of a basic boy. I guess I'm a basic boy these days. Who knows? And last one. This is necessarily rapid fire, but any tales from the Rosewood that are available to share with the public? There's quite a lore about that place. You've got a good connection to the Palo Alto area for folks a little bit further down the peninsula. If there are a tale or two that you can share, if not, we understand. We can cut it off here.
We just saw Steph Curry at the Rosewood the other week. That was crazy. Investors at the Rosewood are always crazy. I attempted to buy a mantis shrimp off someone in the bathroom. Mantis shrimp is the shrimp that can punch. It's got like a 22 caliber bullet, powerful punch. We were talking about it for one of my investors, for Brian, our co-founder. He's pretty well off. So it's like, what can you buy a man who can buy everything himself? And mantis shrimp. His tank, he was like fascinated by the idea. So I'm talking with my other investor. I was like, let's source him a mantis shrimp. I'm calling up places all day for a mantis shrimp. Nobody answered. Nobody mantis shrimp. So I'm talking about it with Zach in the bathroom about a mantis shrimp, and some guy peeing was like, I know a guy with a mantis shrimp, and I was like, yeah, that's hilarious. Only at the Rosewood. I texted the guy. I was like, next morning. I texted the guy at night. I was like, yo, Nick, I'm interested in purchasing your shrimp. I woke up the next morning and it wasn't like one of those risky texts, but I was like, what was I texting last night? It's like, I'd like to buy your shrimp. Was sent at the Rosewood last night at 11. It wasn't a crazy text, but it was. I don't have that many crazy stories. It was an honest story, and I'm still on the lookout. If
that one's up there,
podcast,
man. I mean, that might show that I'm a little bit of a Boston punk, because we don't talk about mantis shrimp too much back where I'm from. A mantis shrimp's punch is incredibly powerful, the fourth of a 22 caliber bullet, and speeds of up to 45 miles per hour. Nick, you're teaching us something new tonight, man. Mantis shrimp. I might have to get some for our patio out back.
Did you look it up? You looked it up? 45 miles per hour?
I just read that. Yeah, I just read that off the thing here.
Yeah, 45. I was not lying. It's actually crazy, and you can't have glass. I called one of the places. They made me feel stupid. I was like, why don't you carry mantis shrimp? He was like, dude, they literally punched through the glass in our tanks. So we can't keep them in the tanks. I was like, you know what? That makes a lot of sense. It made me feel stupid. I was like, I don't even know why I asked. But you need like a special kind of glass. My co-founder has the special glass for the mantis shrimp. So I'm still on the lookout for them. They're like 8 inches, 10 inches long. They're huge. They're about the size of all three of us. But no shrimp. If she says you got a shrimp, hopefully it's a mantis shrimp.
Let's go. Well, hey, I knew that would come up with something electric. So appreciate you, Nick. Guys, we'll see you November 7th, man. Keep up the great work. Maybe even this weekend, 7th. Man. Who knows?
Weekend, this Friday, we are throwing a micro party at Christopher Madu's. He's one of the DJs that's actually going to be playing it November 7th. Danny, I'd love to see you there. I'll send you the partial link after.
Sounds outstanding, my friend. Sounds outstanding. Appreciate it, Nick.
Cheers, boys. Man.